Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Artlist.io.
Hey guys, how you doing? Just sitting down here. Looks like my mic was muted there. I was talking to you guys for a minute and my mic wasn't on, so I was actually at a pub with my mom there. We were watching the Grey Cup game today. For those of you who are in the States, Grey Cup's, the Canadian football. So we had Manitoba versus Saskatchewan. And hey, Johan, how are you? Hey, Keith, how you doing? And so I was sitting at the pub with my mom watching a bit of the game, and I ended up turning $30 into $88 on pull tabs today. So today's been a pretty good day so far. Looking like we're just about to start our next 1 hour candle here, 5 p.m., which is, I think it should be the Asia Open. Just got to get my view ops started here on the 3 or 6 p.m. candle. Make sure we get that all caught up here. So pretty bullish opening candle there for, well, they printed bearish, but pretty big wick on the bottom side. And then obviously we've been kind of going a little bit higher there after that. I'm done here also.
Music licensing reimagined.
Wrong color. Let's see here. All right, view ops are set. I'm gonna turn some more lights on. 1 sec.
Artlist.io. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
So have you guys been taking any trades yet? What did I miss? I feel a little late to the party here.
Music licensing reimagined.
All right, so
Artlist.
looks like we inverted a bearish or bullish fair value gap there. Looks like we're finding a little bit of support down at the bottom of this 40. Oh, I'm on gold here. What am I looking at? Let's take a look at that ES here first. Okay. 5-minute candles here.
Music licensing reimagined.
So inverted that fair value gap. Let's just put that on there for now. Keep it yellow. And then we have a couple bullish fair value gaps here. This guy should be green. And this guy's green.
Artlist.io.
Take a look at the higher time frame here. Let's get on these 1 hours. Trying to scope out some more fair value gaps. Is there a little one there?
Music
Tiny bullish fair value gap
licensing
actually right
reimagined.
there on the 1 hour. So we just started that new candle here, Asia Open, I guess. Yeah, 5 p.m. Nice weekend, Dave. No trade for me. Seem to have big resistance there. Are you looking at gold again today, Johan?
Artlist.io.
Yeah, weekend's been good for me. Like I said, I was at the pub with my mom there. We were watching the Grey Cup, and I started playing pull tabs, and I spent
Artlist.io.
30 bucks, and I ended up making 88. So I got a free. I ended up walking away after eating and having a beer with plus 40 bucks in my wallet. Okay, let's take a quick look at NQ here. Feel like I'm a little late to the game, just trying to get
Music
caught up on what's been
licensing
going on.
reimagined.
NQ, yeah, definitely a little bit of resistance up there at sort of like 240 to 250 area. We did print a bullish fair value gap on the last 15-minute candle there between 25,180 towards the bottom of this 25,220. So there we go with that. Look in the 1 minute. Yeah. Kind of going sideways. Looking like we're trying to roll over a little bit currently with this curling down
Music licensing
situation.
reimagined.
So on the 1 minute, there is a full fair value gap down below, but there's kind of like this fair value gap here on the 5s, which would be a little bit more of a key level right in here. So if this trend wants to continue and we see a pullback down into here, we could think about taking a long there at right around the 25,200 level. It's a little bit of a key area.
Artlist.io.
I'm brewing some coffee. I think I'm gonna go with the speedy glasses today. You're up 40 on one account and 70 on the other. Nice, good start then, Keith.
Artlist.io.
Decent start on the day. Coffee's ready, guys. 1 second.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Got our coffee with a splash of oat milk. You need 100 to pass your eval on swing trading. Oh, nice. You got one of those swing trading accounts, eh? Sweet.
Music
Yeah.
licensing
Only 100 to go.
reimagined.
That's awesome. I'm sure you will get that. Can you trade gold on that? Or is it you have to swing trade you don't swing trade futures, I guess, or do you? Never really looked into those swing trading accounts. Gold looks like it's in quite a little bit of a consolidation area, hey? Holding up sort of at the value area low and rejecting off the overnight VWAP.
Artlist.io.
Every time your coffee machine goes off, I start trying to see what alarm is going off in my truck. It sounds like the alarms in your truck. That's funny.
Music licensing reimagined.
So where's our midpoint on this fair value gap? Roughly, yeah, right at the 200 level here. Let's see what happens here if we can get a pullback into that. Where's our 15-minute actually? Let's take a look at the 15. Same 15-minute as the 5. So sort of at that 200 level. Try and decide which account I should trade here. I'm going to put a limit order here for one contract in this fair value gap. See if we can't get tagged in and get a bounce out of here. Basically just targeting, how many points here? We can just target sort of the top of that fair value gap. We'll stop just below it. A little bit of negative risk to reward there, but we'll put the stop sort of below the bottom of this candle here. Because we're not pulling back too fast right now, so it could be a reasonable area to get a bounce here.
Artlist.io.
Glasses are a little dirty.
Artlist.io.
Hopefully we get to start the week off good here, guys. Don't dig a hole out of the gate, preferably.
Music licensing reimagined.
What do we got on the 3-minute here? Same 3-minute? No, the fair value gap's a little bit different on the 3-minute. 5 minutes right there. 15-minute, I think, is also the same. That's interesting, though. Hey, the 5 and the 15 are the same. They must have spent the majority of their time up here on the 5.
Artlist.io.
Might actually give it a couple more points here down below, just to see if we can't get a slightly better entry price. If it does continue pulling back, we can always adjust this a little bit more as
Music licensing
this time plays out here. No rushing into it though. Why not try to get a little bit better of a price? Let me take a look at the 1-hour chart here on the NQ. Looking relatively bullish on the NQ here, guys. We got value area high up above
Artlist.io.
on the 1-hour anyways. Maybe that'll be the extent of the pullback into this fair value gap. We'll see here though. Did you see where Project X is going away from everyone but Top Step? Really? You mean like Top 1 Futures is not going to be using Project X either? I did not see that, sir. That's pretty important information, isn't it? So we're just going to be using Trade Evade then?
Music licensing reimagined.
No, Top Step is pulling all license. Really?
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Yeah, it was kind of weird when I got to the pub today, guys, to hang out with my mom. She was already like sitting there. She got there early to get a good seat, and she was like chatting with some dude, and I was like, oh, this feels awkward, like sort of like my mom's on like a mini date almost already.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
So there's an email from Top One. Okay, I'm gonna check that out right now. There should probably be something. Looking like we're not getting this pullback here. Might have to just pop over to their Discord here real quick and see what kind of announcements they got there. It could be an easier route to find this. I didn't get an email from them, so announcements.
Artlist.io.
Earlier today, Project X informed us that they'll be discontinuing support for all third-party prop firms effective February 28, 2026. This was unexpected for every firm in the industry, including ours. The good news is that the timeline gives us more than enough room to manage the transition cleanly and without disruption. We are already in motion. TradeZella and NinjaTrader will be on board this week, and we will continue expanding platform options so that our traders always have reliable professional grade choices. If you are currently trading on Project X, nothing changes for you. You can continue trading exactly the same way you've been without interruption. Until further updates, we will continue allowing new purchases on Project X platform. TradeZella and NinjaTrader will be released in the next few days for new purchases as an option. We will keep you updated as the step goes live. In the spirit of full transparency, here is the notice we received from Project X earlier today. Hi, Top One Futures. We're reaching out to share an important update. After careful consideration, we've made decision to wind down our Project X third-party service offering. Since its inception, Project X has supported a wide community of partners. We're proud of what it achieved and deeply appreciate the trust of our partners have placed in us. Shifts in operation demands and upcoming compliance reports, oversight, and audit requirements have continued third-party support no longer sustainable. These changes would otherwise affect your ability to properly service through our platform and maintain the integrity and protection of every partner remains at our top priority. Protecting trader data has always been foundational to Project X. In line with the values and policies we've always maintained, all partner data will remain isolated and secured through the wind down and thereafter. We will continue supporting third-party Project X partners through February 28, 2026, and will provide further guidance to ensure smooth and professional transition. Please refer to the attached letter for more details. We sincerely grateful for your partnership and collaboration over the years. If you have any questions, our team is here to help. Wow. So obviously they got too big, right? And then they keep having all these data feed issues, right? Probably because there's too much pressure on their servers and everything. That's kind of my guess. I can't believe that they can do that, you know? Like, I can't believe that they can just like partner with other companies and then decide like, well, we're just going to only use TopStep.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, it could be that, Keith, but like I think more likely it's, you know, because of all these problems that we've been getting lately with Project X. It has to do with the fact that they've scaled up too big and that, you know, everything isn't being handled well in that situation, right?
Music licensing reimagined.
We got a pretty bullish candle here, guys, on the on this new opening hour candle here. Okay, I'm gonna take this order off here. We're gonna be
Art
patient
list
for a bit.
IO.
Think about adding it later. So, but yeah, that's really weird. That's crazy. I can't believe that they can do that. You know, you'd think that once a company agrees to allow you to use their platform, they can't just like back out on you, which is too bad.
Licensing reimagined.
I mean, everyone's pretty pissed off with Project X lately anyways, right? So I mean, I you know, I don't like how the VWAPs never update. Like, as you can see there, the further I roll back, look at this VWAP is like moving around on me, just because it's like doesn't go back automatically to all the data. One sec.
Art list IO. Artlist IO.
Oh, that was weird. There's like a dog fight in the hallway or something up there. Hey, oh, I think that's Scott.
Music licensing reimagined.
Your name looks a little bit different there, Scott. It's Famine Camus. How you doing? My night's going good. I got to the charts a little bit later today. I was watching the Grey Cup game with my mom at the pub for a bit, so I started the stream a little bit later. But yeah, my night's going good. I turned $30 on pull tabs into $88. Maybe if you're in a different, depending on which channel you're in, I think maybe
Music licensing reimagined.
you might. Yeah, that's weird though. But yeah, good to see you. Sounds like to me. What do you say, charting platform, Keith? Like you prefer a different platform for charting?
Artlist IO.
Yeah, that's wild. That's pretty crazy news, though. I can't believe that they can do that. They can just pull it.
Artlist IO.
There you go. I don't know if you heard that earlier, Scott, but it sounds like Project X is going away from
Music
Top Step or Top One
licensing
Futures.
reimagined.
Oh. Johan. Oh, sorry, Johan. I missed that. Yeah. Project X is like this platform that I'm trading on right here. It's, you know, the platform that you can use through, you know, Top One Futures or Lucid, which I'm using both of them
Artlist
through there.
IO.
So, I mean, I guess it's all the more reason for me to switch over and start getting Traders Post going, so that we can just trade directly off TradingView, and then I don't have to worry about all these other. Yeah, Johannesburg. I was wondering about that. Yeah, so this platform right here that you're looking at, this is Project X, right? Whereas, you know, this is Tradeovate. Tradeovate's kind of like the other platform that you can use. Yeah. And you know, as much as I like Tradeovate, I like how Project X automatically puts, you know, if you add to your position or anything, your take profit or your stop loss, it just always automatically calculates that in there and adds. Whereas, you know, you got to be a little more careful. Sometimes I'll be exiting a position on Tradeovate, and then I'll find that I'll close a position by like putting stops in place. And if I calculated it incorrect, it'll like get me long after, you know, with another contract after I've tried to sell the short position. So it's a little challenging, and you always got to make sure that you hit like can't cancel orders and everything on TradeZella. So it's a little bit more of a challenge. I do like, and the safety features and everything that Project X has. So
music licensing reimagined.
Oh, Project X is the best on mobile. Yeah, definitely. Some of those features would definitely be a help on mobile for sure, Keith. I agree. And I'm pretty comfortable trading with this platform, even though, like I said, view ops and stuff don't like to update properly. But that being said, usually I'm just watching my trading view chart on the side with whatever levels and price actions and stuff, and then I end up coming back over here and just adding a couple things on here just to help me know where we're at. Yeah, their risk settings are very superior. I mean, they do have, like for TradeZella, you can get in there and set, risk parameters, right? If you hit this little application button up here, you can go into risk settings. So you can set daily loss limit, weekly loss, daily profit target, weekly profit target. So you can hit that kind of stuff, but just overall, like the way that you can put in bracket orders, and like I said, when you add to your position, or if you sell some of your position, it automatically updates those levels, right, on the bracket order. So that's something I'll definitely miss. And the fact that you can, lock yourself out. Like, I don't think that you can do a lockout on TradeZella. As far as I know, I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see any way to like manually lock yourself out here. As far as I know. I mean, if you guys know better, correct me if I'm wrong, but
music licensing reimagined.
TradeZella's almost unstable on iPad. Yeah, if you're using Top Step, because they're the original, Project X users, and it sounds like they're gonna keep it, right? It's a pretty sneaky move, though, I think, by TopStack, because they just cause a lot of mayhem for the rest of the prop firms, right? Now the other prop firms got to figure out what the heck they're gonna do. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I never saw the clause or the contracts that the company signed with
music licensing reimagined.
Project X, but it's pretty crazy that they can just turn around and pull it like that. I mean, that's just, like you're saying though, Keith. I think you're right that it is somewhat to do with just causing the other companies trouble, right? Looking pretty bullish here still, guys, on these candles here.
Artlist.io.
Since our 5 p.m. candle or 8 p.m. candle, we are kind of finding some resistance up here. We do have this sort of area up here that's sort of looking like it's some potential resistance there.
Music licensing reimagined.
We had some pretty good expansion from pre the Asia session here, and now we're in the Asia session, and it seems like volume has died. Like, we had this big sell-off out of the gate, and then nice recovery, pushed higher, pulled back sort of a little bit into that overnight view op, and then boom, rocketed. And now we've kind of been going sideways, not doing a whole lot up here. So this area is not that interesting to me. We might be sitting on our hands a bit for a while.
Artlist.io.
All right, guys. So it looks like we got about 26 viewers right now. 21 people in X and 3 in YouTube. And we got 2 people in the Twitch channel. That's interesting. I don't know if you guys can see, but can you see this little
Music licensing
French bulldog statue right over here? Pretty cute, eh? Oh, you guys can't see it on there. It's not in the, it doesn't make it in the, I can see it on my camera, but you guys can't see it over there on yours. On the stream anyways. Let's see what happens here.
Artlist.io.
Of course, now my name's over there too. Anyways, you can't see it. Never mind. Is it this one? There we go.
Music licensing.
Here, I'll grab it real quick. I'll show you. It's pretty cool.
Artlist.io.
No, well, he's my little watchdog guardian in the back there, making sure that that the stock market doesn't get me from behind. No, Ralph's on the couch. He's just chilling out. I'll show you him too.
Music licensing reimagined.
Where'd the camera, Ralph? That's Ralph. Mr. Ralph. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thanks, Katie. Yeah, that's my little guy. He's not that little actually. He's he just turned 10 on November 11th.
Music licensing
So
reimagined.
yeah. My little Ralph French bulldog. My little Frenchie.
Artlist.io.
Yours wants treats. I know they always want treats. I just fed him dinner, so he's chilling right now. He's just had his dinner, so he's on a kangaroo diet because he has had, like, I had him on chicken and then I had him on fish, and he keeps getting sort of like these bald spots. So then I switched him to a kangaroo and it's all good. So he gets like a kangaroo dry dog food, and then I usually add like some kangaroo pate. So he's pretty spoiled. And I don't know if you guys know, but he has a disc degenerative disease. So I've actually given him, he's had 2 surgeries. So he doesn't, his hind legs don't work normal. So, you kind of got to like squeeze his bladder for him to pee and stuff. And yeah, he's pretty spoiled though. I hand feed him the dog food and the pate every day
Music licensing
because
reimagined.
he's also has a lung condition. He's been fighting pneumonia for over a year, and he's been really good now for, I want to say, 4 or 5 months now. He's been not coughing at all, and he's still on antibiotics. He's been on antibiotics for a little over a year total, maybe like a year and a half almost now. So yeah, he's on antibiotics and bronchial dilator pills. But like I said, he's been doing really good for probably 4 to 6 months now of like no coughing, which is amazing because he literally was, we almost lost him probably twice over this whole time that he's been on antibiotics. So, and we've just been switching from one type of antibiotic to the next. And then the last 2 antibiotics, which we've used on him in the past, they seem to have worked really well. And he's, he's still on them, but he's hasn't been coughing at all here. So we do have another little fair value gap right here on the 5 minute. I'm just going to get rid of that guy up there.
Music licensing reimagined.
Yeah, dogs always love their treats. I got him some bison and blackberry treats. Because I figured, the chicken and the fish and the turkey, I think it was turkey or duck, just never really was that good for him. So you're already in on NQ right now? You went long?
Music licensing reimagined.
That was a nice little bounce off that fair value gap. But we just have quite a bit of resistance up here. Up at this 25,250 level. Nice. Let me get the book back going here on the NQ. We can kind of take a look at what we got up above. Looks like we got orders up at 25,300. They've been on there for quite a while. Looks like they came on sort of 4:17, so 7:17 p.m. Kind of looks like that's when they came on. But that could also have been sort of where I started the stream. But yeah, we'll see for sure. There's no fair value gap on the 15, but there is this one on the 5. Minute 22 on this candle here. See if we end up getting a closure below this level here, we'll invert this 5-minute fair value gap, which isn't ideal for long. What does the 3 minutes say here? Let's see. 3-minute gap's a little bit smaller, but it's also there. So 3-minute candle, we got 2 minutes on this candle. As long as we don't close below 25,233 on the 3-minute chart. Looking like we're getting some buyers though coming in here, holding this up.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
I was just taking a look to see if oh, it looks like Stock Tiger just ended his stream not long ago
Music
here.
licensing reimagined.
November 16th, yeah. What else we got? We got any others live? Oh, we got the slow market coach at Top Step TV, guys.
Artlist.
Hey, Dad. Good afternoon. Are you watching the Grey Cup? I'm not sure the score, but when I was at the pub with Mom there, and did we close below it there? No, we closed inside there. So let's go back to the 5 here. We were winning by 1 point. So we got a safety 1 point on the safety, I think, and then we got they scored a touchdown, then we scored a touchdown. I'm saying we as in Saskatchewan Rough Riders. So, oh, it's halftime right now. Nice. Liking this hold here. Yeah, Montreal's play. Is it Montreal? It's no, Manitoba, Winnipeg, I think, or is it Montreal? I think it's Winnipeg. Oh, 22-7. So we've scored a couple more. Saskatchewan scored a couple more. Oh, look at that, guys. That long is looking pretty good right about now. Johan. Saskatchewan and Montreal. Okay, gotcha. My mistake then. Why did I think it was Manitoba? Or Winnipeg? That makes sense though. That was my mom's mistake, actually. She was telling me it was Winnipeg.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
You know nothing, of course, but you heard who is playing.
Music licensing reimagined.
Yeah, you're right. Montreal and Saskatchewan. The Alouettes and the Rough Riders. Where do you live, Johan? I know that you're on the East Coast, but I wasn't sure which city.
Artlist.io.
Seems like a bit of a battle zone we're in right now in this price. Quebec City, okay. I was born in Winnipeg, and I've been to Toronto when I was young, but other than that, I haven't really spent much time exploring out the East Coast. I was too young.
Artlist.io.
You weren't born there, though? Where were you born? Oh, you're in Quebec City only for work. Gotcha.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, I don't know. Never heard of that place. Is it a pretty small city? Gaspesia.
Music licensing reimagined.
Also don't know that one. I'm gonna have to look it up on the map real quick here. Why not, right?
Artlist.io. Music
New Brunswick.
licensing reimagined.
But it says Gaspésie, IE. I don't see an A on there when I search for it. It's probably the French name though.
Artlist.io.
Sort of northeastern part of New Brunswick. Oh, not far from New Brunswick.
Music licensing reimagined.
Cool.
Artlist.io.
Oh, we're getting that pullback here a little
Music
bit.
licensing reimagined.
Minute and 50 seconds here. Are they going to close it below this fair value gap? Guys. This is looking like a short to me. Looking like the shorts are coming in here. Can't really short it down here because they might just buy it up in the last minute and a half here. But yeah, it's starting to look pretty heavy.
Artlist.io.
We do have this fair value gap below though, right? Still. But if we end up, if we end up printing big candles like this and we get like another big candle like that, I don't know that I'd be taking along down here either. Might be considering looking at shorts for a bit.
Music licensing reimagined.
Let's see though. Let's see how this candle closes. We still got 1 minute left. If they end up buying it back up into this fair value gap, this is just a stop run basically, or a fake out. They're gonna do a little sweep down to the lows and then punch out the top possibly. Sort of like this little flaggy pattern. Yeah, this is a 15, 5 and a 5 or a 15. The 5 also is the same size. 15's a little bit more space on it, right? Like right up to there. What do we got going on with the Bitcoin right now? 94,800. Might be time to buy some Bitcoin here, guys. Not financial advice, but I'm thinking if I had a little extra cash flow, I'd be thinking about picking some up.
Artlist.io.
What do we got on gold? I wonder if gold's gonna be heading back to the highs here soon. we've been in a bit of a downtrend for a while now. Found some support, and we have this downtrend line that if we could break out of this trend line here, we could definitely see at least a move to here. So 41.72. So we'll keep an eye on that. I should almost, too bad I can't set a notification on this trend line. I guess I could set it up on my trading view.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
There's a lot of bearish fair value gaps on gold. Yeah, there is, hey? Like on that sell-off from Friday, there was a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 on the 15-minute chart there. 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this fair value gap has been inverted
Reimagined.
on the 5. We'll mark that one for a yellow. Let's see what happens here if we get a rejection off of there or not. Could think about playing a rejection off this. If we say we come up into here and we reject pretty hard, we start heading back down. Could sort of like target even the top of this fair value gap. Would be sort of like something like this. Although there's not very many points in there, so I'm not even going to consider that. Hey Juan, good evening. How are you doing? Good to see you, sir. I feel like I shouldn't be watching Top Step right now. I put it on up there because it's like one of the only other live streams. But like if they're doing that nasty stuff.
Artlist.io.
So we didn't quite get a pullback to the 200s like I was hoping earlier. I did have that long order down at around the 200 area. Nice. Good to hear it, Juan. I need a refill on the coffee. Warm up. So Johan, I think I told you about my friend Manu Duhamel. He's a mushroom picker and a tree planter, and he had picked a bunch of pine mushrooms for me. He gave me some pine mushrooms. I fried them up yesterday. Oh, those are so good. He's a very nature-y kind of guy. Dakota makes me do dumb things trying to do some of his trades so I don't watch anymore. Is that who Coach Dakota, hey? Yeah, that's I think who's on right now. Yeah, Coach Dakota. Well, I hope I don't make you do any dumb things.
Artlist.io.
Abby. Okay, good. Okay, good. I try to like hold myself accountable so I don't try to make people make dumb decisions. If anything, I try to keep you guys out of trades. Coach Dakota's not trading his account, so Are you talking about me? Because I'm not trading right now. I'm usually pretty patient, trying to keep the size small, be patient, don't do anything too crazy, too stupid. And if I'm doing anything a little wild, I'll throw it off on the side, so I'm not trying to get you guys involved in that kind of stuff. But you know, that being said, if I'm doing a trade off to the side, I probably shouldn't be doing that trade either, right? But like it does weigh on me. I'm like, I don't want to take a stupid trade and then, you know, like maybe I think it's gonna work, but I just don't want other people to try to like take the same trade. So
Artlist.io.
So on occasion I do take some trades off on the side here. You guys don't get to see them. Those are probably like my C trades, you know, like a C quality trade, right? Like there's a chance it's gonna win, but the chance isn't that great, right? So
Music licensing reimagined.
looking like we're getting some support here at the top of this fair value gap currently. Yeah, copying other people's trades doesn't work. I always try to say that too. It's kind of like, if anything, like if you have the same idea as somebody that's taking a trade online, like that's just a little bit of confirmation, but you definitely need to like have your own plans, and that's going to give you, you know, like, you know, the fortitude to like stay in the trade that you decided to do. Not so much, you know, when you do somebody else's trade, it doesn't always work well, and then you're like, well, why am I in this trade? I didn't really want to, but I just followed somebody else.
Music licensing reimagined.
But I gotta say, it is fun to hang out with you guys, that's for sure. Because trading is a pretty solo thing. Oh yeah, it's been looking pretty heavy here, guys. We did get a rejection off there. Let's see what happens as we get down to this area. How long do we got on this candle? We got only 2 minutes on this candle here. I'm probably gonna wait for a closure on this candle because there's still quite a bit of room to the downside if this decides to continue heading lower. Gold has been volatile. Yeah, I mean, they've been a little up and down. Definitely some decent sized swings, like 84 to 103, 20-point swings. So there's that 200 level, guys. So we got to be careful. That's why I would want to wait for this candle to close to see what they're going to do with this 200 level. Could have definitely taken a long there and, you know, scalped out about 10 points. But after having these big bearish sort of candles, I'd be a little careful down here. So yeah, and it's not, the volatility on gold is there and it's not really going anywhere, right? It's just kind of like ping ponging in that range. Yeah, Coach Dakota took a short there.
Music licensing reimagined.
Oh, whoa. Pretty big rejection there, though. Hey, guys. See what happens here with these this 200 level.
Artlist.io.
Having troubles on those 200s here.
Music licensing reimagined.
do have this top 1 futures evaluation account here. Maybe I should be trading that. Let's get this on the MES MNQ here. Get on the 5 here.
Artlist.io.
Come on, push. Are you short now? Are you short, Johan?
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
This is a pretty key level, though, this 200 here. That's why I was a little reluctant to be taking a short here, just because, you know, this is in a pretty nice bullish fair value gap, and it's a psychological level. So we might end up just holding this level. We're coming up. Be careful there too. We're coming up on the 1 hour candle here. I'm gonna try a little long here, guys. Let's see if we can't get back to the top of this. Looking for about 7 points here. Put our stop sort of at the bottom of that wick.
Artlist.io.
You're short NQ. Careful. Finding a little bit of support there at the 200s.
Music licensing reimagined.
There we go. Quick 30 bucks on that. Little small two contract scalp there on the long. I was just sitting there waiting for this to turn green, right? Just be careful here, guys. We are coming up to the hour. You know, let's look at this hour candle here. And, you know, they always, you know, they usually like to leave a wick sort of at the end of it, right? So this might end up being sort of an indecision candle here. Let's see what happens. Obviously, there's no guarantee, but I just took that little scalp there on that long bounced. Nice little trade, though. You're still long. Your stop loss above the 15-minute fair value gap.
Music licensing reimagined.
On the 15-minute fair value gap. So you're kind of like your stop was down here at the sort of like 25,170, 177, 176 area, I guess. It's interesting how the 5-minute and the 15-minute gap are basically like pretty identical, right? We just have a little bit more of a on the top side of the 15-minute. So
Music licensing reimagined.
yeah, so I just played that, like the bounce on the momentum there just to this wick, the bottom of this last wick there that came down. That was basically where I put my TP. I think I only got what, like only got about seven points out of that, but little tight scalp on 2 contracts. $15 seconds left on this 5-minute candle here. Could go either way still, obviously. There we go. This is our new hour candle here, guys. So what did we get there on the 1 hour candles? So that was our first pullback candle in what? Two bullish candles in a row, and then 1 bearish candle. And now let's see what they're gonna do here. definitely would like to see it get above that the fair value gap if it's going to continue. You quit gold tonight? Lost money up and down and up and down? Yeah, geez. It's in a weird consolidation zone there on gold. Looks like it is sort of a flag pattern, like sort of a bullish flag pattern, but yeah, they're going to be chopping around in that area.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, it's a big flag pattern on the gold. Even on the NQ here, we got pretty much a sort of a bullish flag pattern here happening, playing out too. I don't know if my drawing is exactly right, but you know, it could be this actually. That looks pretty good. You got this touch, and that touch, very even. And then we just have some other wicks that got away on us there a bit. Come on, push! I forget where there's some traders that always are saying that in their short videos.
Music licensing reimagined.
Yeah, I just scalped that long. Really, only 7 points on it. I was just looking for a retest of this previous wick on the 5-minute, and it looked like it played out almost exactly to that wick right there. And just being in this fair value gap here, this should actually be a green color. Unless we invert this, like we're still looking pretty bullish, right? Through this area. Let's clone this. Does this line up pretty good over here?
Artlist.io.
Gold is looking a little heavy now, guys.
Music licensing reimagined.
What happened there? Bookmap looked all different there for a second. Yeah, see what happens here? There is this sort of channel, right? We were trading below it, sort of another channel below it. If we clone this will probably line up also nicely with these sort of lows, right? Yeah, look at that. So we were kind of in this lower channel. We broke out of it. We were trading in this one and we broke back down. So if we can get some closures back up in here, might be looking to break out higher at some point. I do have gold open on a side chart right here now. It's looking pretty heavy currently. So, I mean, I'm not going to be taking a trade right away on this, but if we look like we are going to flush pretty hard, we could think about joining in on the shorts. We're sort of at the bottom of the channel with the gold. NQ printing a pretty strong candle here on that 5. Let's take a look back at this 1 hour candle here.
Music licensing reimagined.
sort of an equal high on the bodies of these last 2 hourly candles. You know, we ended up there, we opened up there, we popped up and then sold off lower. But like, interesting that those 1 hour candles are like perfectly lined up on the bodies.
Music licensing reimagined.
Coach Dakota just cut his short. And we're pushing up here. Let's see what happens. We got this channel, top of the channel here. I was saying, guys, that 25,200 level is pretty key, right? It's also the 50% of this fair value gap. So that was kind of the level that I wanted to see if it's going to hold. And it broke a little bit below it just to sweep out a little bit of liquidity, because probably some guys that are long up here, like Johan was smart enough to have her stop down here. So she avoided that stop. But that's a pretty key level in my mind. If you take a look over here too, right? Gold could have almost be a long right now, because we're sort of in that wedge pattern. I think we may have missed the long entry there, value area low, lining up with the channel. You can see right there, I put this little wedge pattern here. We got the value area low, kind of sold off to there and found support right at value area low. Also where this trend line is, flag pattern trend line thingy.
Music licensing reimagined.
You're in on MES too? Multitasking. Wow. Wow. Ooh, yeah, there. Careful, guys. Up there, 25,246 level. 250's been that key resistance area. I wonder if this is going to be the sweep here before they go lower now. Ugh, could be. Kind of getting some good volatility, a big sell-off, and then a big bounce. This didn't really, this sell-off didn't really break anything, right? Didn't really break the trade at all, but this could have, could have been a nice sweep there.
Music licensing reimagined.
You got 10 points on five contracts long, Keith. Nice job.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, I'm not liking that wick. Not liking that wick. How long do we got on this candle here? We got only 1 minute left here. Let's see what happens here with this last minute on MNQ. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really big rejection.
Artlist.io.
So Coach Dakota took a loss on that short, and then he went long, and now it's back to his entry price. Oh, he's on gold actually.
Reimagined.
He's on gold. Never mind. So he switched off the NQ. Okay, well, we had a decent closure there. They might end up filling this wick. Let's check out this 1 hour candle now. Lots of time on this 1 hour candle still.
Artlist.io.
Pushing up again here. pretty low volume so far, but let's see. 9.71K, 9K already. Last candle we had 47K, and we hit 60K on the one before that though. Whew, going. Going, guys. Wow. Looking like they want to go fill that wick up. Yeah, he doesn't explain why he's taking any trades. Yeah.
Artlist.io.
I just like to have the odd stream going on in the background so I can just see what other people are doing. It doesn't really affect what I'm doing, but just curious to see what other people are thinking, right? Nice long there though. Nice bounce on that, guys. So that was just sellers, or the buyers just took their foot off the gas for a bit there. Let it pull back so you can freak all these longs out that bought in this wick, right? He's all levels, no indicators. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't see any like view ops or anything on his chart up there. I feel like this is a little blind if you're trading with no level or no view op. I mean, you gotta at least have some stuff. Looks like he just took a long on gold again.
Artlist.io.
He'll take paper cuts till he gets a runner. Gotcha.
Music licensing reimagined.
I mean, I feel like there's some good room to the upside on gold. But usually when we got NQ or ES popping up, like gold usually is going the opposite direction, but it seems like it's bouncing right now also. So, hey Ben, market is rough tonight doing 40-point shakeouts. Yeah, like this one, you mean? That was almost a 40-point shakeout there. That was 46 down to 15.
Reimagined.
So like a 30-point shakeout. Ooh. And then gold was ripping there for a second and just rejected and right back down. Gold can be pretty hard to trade sometimes, man. I swear. Like, we're still stuck in this choppy range on gold. So, like, let's bring up gold here for a second. Just this whole area, right? Like, this whole area to me is just kind of like sort of a no trade zone for me. That would be my take on it. Just because if we can get above or below any of these areas, then it would be a little bit more of a telltale sign, right? You could even actually include those wicks there and those wicks. So from, 4,080 up to 4,100. I'm going to go back to the NQ here. Oh, I'm pretty tired, guys. I played when I played pickleball yesterday. It was pretty fun. There's this like outdoor ball hockey arena that the city kind of like erected a big cover over it, so it's like a rain-proof one, and then they painted a bunch of pickleball courts inside. So that fair value gap held pretty nicely, eh, Johan? This 5 minute.
Artlist.io.
So I'm getting close to passing these Lucid accounts here. This one is only $465 away from passing, and my number 2 is $510 away, and my third one is $800 away. Originally, I was trading them all one at a time, and now I just grouped them all up. I have 6 accounts going at once. I got 5 evaluation accounts and 1 funded account. My funded account's only up $350, and my these 2 ones I started way later. This one's up $1,000 in that evaluation account, and this one is up $934.
Music licensing reimagined.
So he just cut another gold loser. He went long. It was looking pretty good, and it just pulled back and went a little bit below his price, so he cut it. I'm a little worried about this price up here. I'm not. I would like to take a long, guys, but you know, this 250 level is a pretty key level, so anything can kind of happen up here. Like, as you can see, we formed a bunch of wicks. There's some wicks back here, and you know, some wicks back here. Eventually they did. So, you know, up above, if they can get a nice closure, solid closure above 50, we could, you know, sort of target a 15-point long or so, 20 point long. But until we kind of get up there, I wouldn't really want to be taking a long on you know, NQ up here anyways. You know, obviously if you're long down here somewhere, anywhere in this area, you can probably still hold it, because there is a chance we're going to continue going higher.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
What was your entry price on that one, Johan? Yeah, I'm not liking gold's price action either, guys. Like, we're just kind of not really making much progress. I mean, there's a little space here to take little scalps and get some longs on the NQ and onto gold, but it's like we're not really making any. We're not picking a direction, right? So, got to be careful, guys. Got to be careful until we see us, you know, sort of like take out some of these highs with some nice volume
Music
and get a good
licensing
closure above or
reimagined.
even down below, right? I would be a little careful here. Unless you're just kind of trying to play the range, right? Like we could have tried, you know, I keep saying, oh, there's a lot of resistance up here, be careful. That's probably an area where you could just take a short, right? And, you know, put your stop sort of just above the high there and then look for a move lower. Now we're pulling away from it. So you can't really do that now, but
Music
now you'd be giving your risk would be a pretty high if you're putting your stop way up there, right?
Artlist.io.
Ben sees a good short for MNQ, creating some head and shoulder setups, maybe one leg higher as possible. Yeah, I see that there. There's some little shoulder, the head, and then another shoulder. Yeah. If they don't let it pop up here, could definitely roll over a bit.
Music licensing reimagined.
Can see if they get a closure back in this channel here. What does this look like here? Coach Dakota's long on gold again, guys. Yeah, NQ doesn't know where to go right now. I agree. We're just kind of in this chop zone, right? And that's the same thing I'm seeing on gold. Let's take a look at
Music
YM.
licensing reimagined.
Let's take a look at the YM here. YM looking pretty similar. M2K. M2K is a little more bullish, guys. M2K is looking a little stronger than the other ones, but still, you know, sort of stuck in this range also. That's how he trades. Gotcha. Yeah, that's not very good if you're looking to, you know, for anyone who might be trying to follow his trades, is you'd be getting chopped up, especially if you don't have the same risk management style as he does, right?
Music licensing reimagined.
But you know, he got long, and then as soon as he got long, it just sold off on him. So it's like everyone, you know, you always got to think about, like, gold likes to pull back, or, you know, before it makes those legs higher. So if you're thinking it's looking bullish, you should just wait another minute or two and see what happens, because quite often it just pulls back and then finds the support and then it goes higher. Like that's just what I've seen on gold.
Music licensing reimagined.
But yeah, that's just not my style. I'd rather just be a little more patient, try to wait a little longer. I mean, I do trade more than some people. Like, you know, for example, like Randy, right? He only takes like a couple trades a day. And, I usually end up taking, 7 to 10 maybe per day. And depending on what happens, if I get into the money, or if I get, if I lose some money, I'm usually tighten my risk, size down, and I'll take like smaller scalps and just try to like chip away at the loss, or like chip away to win a little bit more. Try not to give back everything. That's kind of my style. You mean Coach Dakota doesn't bat an eye if he's in a big drawdown? I mean, that's one of the things, is if you're like a really, like for example, he's got a pretty big platform being on Top Step TV, right? Like if you end up losing your account, I mean, I'm sure they got another one for you.
Artlist.io.
Right? because they're just, they got to keep them active on the stream. So no, Johan, I usually trade in the mornings, but then quite often I'll come back in the afternoons also, and usually I have pretty good success in the afternoons, but this last week I kind of actually hurt myself in the afternoon sessions. Usually my best trades come like about 2 hours into the open for whatever reason. I guess I'm just not as aggressive as I should be in the early sessions. And usually I make some good trades in the afternoon, but for whatever, maybe the markets just haven't been that nice for me, for my style, the sort of early last week anyways. So you like the last hour of New York? So like you're talking about like power hour?
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Let's get my chart back on gold here. So we're heading back down to the bottom of that channel. Like what I would like to see is gold to take a nice sweep of the bottom of the flag, sweep nicely below value area low, and then look for a bounce. So yeah, the market's pretty annoying, guys. That's why I'm saying, like, be careful in this area. This, to me, just, this is just sideways. This is just chopping people up. Yeah. This is like accumulation zone for the market, right? So they're going to accumulate, then they're going to manipulate, and then they're going to distribute, right? So to me, this looks like an accumulation zone, where they're just going to like stop out a bunch of people and just collect their shares. And then also later on, people who they don't shake out, maybe people who have a bigger stop loss, whatever, then they'll manipulate it to like sort of guarantee that they stop out those guys, and then they're going to do the move that they want to do, right? So that's that accumulation, manipulation, distribution style ICT concept, right? I know that everyone says it's ICT concept, but it's also, I forget, there's like a 1940s or 1960s trader that termed that a long time ago before ICT, and then ICT just kind of renamed it, sort of, right? Yeah, Asia session is big for the accumulation zone, right? Yeah. And then, London's usually going to be like sort of the manipulation, and then the distribution comes out in the New York. So yeah, that's why the London reversal is so good. Exactly. Which is, it's hard for me to trade. I mean, it's probably hard for you too, right? Because it's like midnight for me. So that's like 3 a.m. for East Coast. It's like around midnight for me, I think. Right? Because London starts at 2300. 11 p.m. So it's like 2 a.m. for you guys. So yeah, it's kind of hard. I know there's so many good moves that happen at night, and it's just because we're all sleeping it, we can't get into it, right? So London and after London is really, really good. Sort of like, 2, 3 a.m. for me, which is like 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 a.m. for East Coast. Is usually there's a pretty decent move around that time, like starts to trend one way or the other. Wow, gold found some pretty good support there, guys. It's heading to the top of the channel now, and seems like we're holding previous days New York VWAP. So interesting.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Usually I'm there at 7 p.m. It's not too bad. 7 p.m. So that's 4 p.m. for me. $7 p.m.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Okay, Keith, have a good night. Got to get up early. See you in the morning. Yeah, sounds good. I'll see you live in the morning. Monday.
Artlist.io.
07 a.m. Gotcha. Gold, you see a 15-minute fair value gap. It's easy to go down to take liquidity below. Yeah. Yes.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Sort of stuck, gold sort of stuck in between this, the start of day VWAP or the overnight VWAP and Friday's New York VWAP, right? Down at 87 up to 93. So if we can get a nice closure and hold above, 93, 94, you could definitely see us heading up to like 98 area anyways. But yeah, it's hard to say what's going to happen on gold right now.
Artlist.io.
Come on, NQ, do something for us here. Looks like we're going to be sitting around for a bit, guys, just waiting for something to happen here. Maybe we should play some snake YouTube snake games. Where you got to eat the balls on this. Yeah. NQ sleeping, ES sleeping, Gold's chopping. They're all just not doing a whole lot right now.
Artlist.io.
Come on, let's go to work, right? Totally.
Music licensing reimagined.
Get to work, you guys. Get to work. Let's get some movement here. Give us some trades. What time do we got here? 6:35, 9:35 p.m. Still waiting. Yeah. Right, Juan? We're patiently waiting here, just twiddling our thumbs. But hey, patience pays. As long as we don't take too many trades in here, we won't get, won't be doing too much damage. Let's go NQ, go up, take some liquidity up there. Yeah. you can imagine anyone who's short in this area, they got their stops sort of up here at this 50, 58 to 60, 70 level, in this area.
Music
If they could,
reimagined.
sort of take out this area with some bullish momentum, we could definitely see, see a nice move higher anyways. Maybe up to 300s.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
You discovered an interesting YouTube music channel this weekend. What's it called? Okay, NQ's bouncing up here a little bit, guys. Violin hop. Violin hop.
Reimagined.
And that's probably like an actual YouTube violin hop.
Artlist.io.
It's like violin hip hop or what? Violin hop. Oh, nice.
Music licensing reimagined.
That's pretty cool.
Artlist.io.
Nice. I like it.
Music licensing reimagined.
They metal violin too, eh? Nice.
Artlist.io.
I always like violin. Violin's pretty amazing instrument. I really got to figure out how to get music on to the stream here from those types of channels, because I can play it through. I think I gotta hook up my iPad, maybe. Oh, my iPad's dead. Is it dead or is it just off? Let's see. Because if I use my iPad and I connect to StreamYard, and then I turn on a YouTube channel, and then I share this. Yeah, it looks like this is almost dead though.
Music licensing reimagined.
I'll be back in 1 sec. I just got to find a different USB connection.
Artlist.io.
Hey, Aldo. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Music licensing
Aldo.
reimagined.
How you doing? Yeah, since we don't got a whole lot going on with the market, I might as well spend a few minutes right now and see if we can't
Artlist.io.
get this to work. Let's go to StreamYard. See what we can get to happen here.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Oh my god. Major feedback. Major feedback, guys.
Artlist.io.
Oh, what the heck happened there? Huh. iPad died even though it's plugged in right now. Hey, good evening. I really want to get this other good music playing. That was so
Music
weird though.
licensing reimagined.
I think I'm gonna have to let it charge a bit here before I play with it. The other option is I could go onto my MacBook. Let's try that. Let's get on the MacBook here and see if we can't get the tunes playing.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, I'm liking this violin. It's pretty good. The violin's just such a cool instrument.
Music licensing reimagined.
Okay, let's open up a new tab here.
Artlist.io.
Come on, StreamYard.
Music licensing reimagined.
Where are you from, Aldo? Try Symphony of the Streets.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Symphony of the Streets soundtrack. I've got it up on a new tab there. Why isn't Google loading? Here we go, finally.
Artlist.io.
Come on, you bugger.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Okay.
Artlist.io.
Still nothing happening, hey guys.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear that echo. So bad. There we go.
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Buyers, wake up.
Music
Yeah, it's a pretty good
licensing
candle right now.
reimagined.
Still, we got to get above that 250 level here. Would be nice.
Artlist.io.
Oh, there you go. Starting to push up here. Starting to get a push up.
Music licensing reimagined.
So 3.5 minutes on this candle here. See if we can't get a closure sort of up above the 25,269 area would be pretty nice. I'm still just trying to get this
Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
I'm just gonna turn this my music off on here for a second, see if I can't get this to work. Starting to get that bit of a move there higher. Hey guys, still minute and 15 seconds here on this candle. Be interesting to see what's gonna happen here. Okay, I wonder how do I share the. I gotta take my headphones off here for a second. I'm gonna try to see if I can share the sound from that other computer. Hey, yeah, that Project X news over the weekend I'm pretty unhappy about it actually. But not much we can do about it, I guess, at this point, right? Unfortunately. So it's too bad about that. I'm really surprised that they can pull something like that, being that they basically have all these prop firms that they've been letting use Project X, and then now they turn around and say they're not going to let them use it anymore. Yeah, I don't like that, but what can we do about it, right? Basically, so any of the prop firms other than Top Step that are using Project X aren't going to be allowed to use Project X anymore. Going forward in I think February or something of 2026. So I think currently you can still use it for a while, and maybe the current accounts that you have active, you can still use with it. But yeah, if the best way to do it is if you just go onto Discord, right, and go onto Top One Futures or whoever, if you're trading with somebody other than Top Step that is using Project X, go on there and they should have an update on there. So, like for example, let's see here. How could I share this to you guys? I should actually post this on my Discord also. Actually, can I copy this? Copy text, Discord. Charts, news and events, probably. Well, that's too long of a text. What the heck? Yeah, so if you are using Top One Futures or any of those other firms, right, that have Project X, eventually you're going to not be allowed to use Project X through their platforms. So I think it's pretty crazy. Good thing most of them are moving over to, Trade-Of-8 and or Ninja Trader. So it's not like you're not going to be able to trade anymore. It's just obviously if you really like, trading with Project X, it's a bit of a downer, right? I definitely like Project X. I've been a little unhappy with some of the things that they've been doing, right? Like they've been, they've lost their data feed a couple times. They were a couple times last week. They're printing candles like 50 points higher. It was like showing up on their chart. They eventually ended up fixing that stuff, but yeah, it's pretty interesting situation with that whole, yeah, freaky situation there, guys. So gold's breaking down, guys. Gold is breaking down. Big push lower on gold there, guys. I'm actually in a short on gold. On my side chart here, I've been in it for a few minutes now. Currently up $80, $85. I got my TP down at 4,072. Almost getting there. We're 4,074. As you can see right here, I'm up about 95 right now. We're almost out of this trade here. Let's see if we're going to get tagged out. I'm not going to be a dick for a tick, so I'm going to bring this stop down here, put it right there. There we go. We're out. Let's close this real quick before we get tagged in. Okay. Beautiful. That was a nice little trade. So you guys caught the tail end of that short on the gold there. Heavy move lower, guys. Heavy move lower. So what did I take out of that trade? I think it was about 90 or a little over $100 on that trade. So I did take a small loss earlier on gold, a couple little paper cuts, trying to figure out what was going to happen with this gold short. But then I ended up recovering all of my losses, and I'm currently up 51 now on the day. So I think I was down about $40. I like took basically 2 paper cuts earlier. Trying to find the right direction there. It was a little early. I felt like it was gonna break down. I took a short. It bounced up, stopped me out. Tried to take a short again, bounced up, stopped me out, and then this one I was finally able to get in there for that short. So nice little runner there. Got my money back and then some. One of those ones where it's kind of like a B setup though until it starts going. I didn't really want to get anybody else involved in it. Oh, coffee's turning off. Premium zone on the Fibbo for the gold. Okay. I see that. See? How do you say your name, man? ICDATTCICDATTC. Ikdak. I mean, it's fun to try to say your name, anyways. So we got 14 viewers in my YouTube channel here right now, guys. That's pretty all-time highs for the Butchers channel. Thanks for coming in. Looking, we're pushing up past the 50s, guys. Now 22 50s on the NQ. So, like I said, let's see a closure above this sort of zone here, and definitely looking nice and bullish. Oh, gold bounced there pretty heavy, guys. I got in pretty close to the bottom of that wick, or sold it. I sold it at 40.72. We went down to 40.70, and now we're all the way back up at 40.81. So, that was a nasty bounce. You took the big bearish candle on gold? Yeah, nice. So you're out. Good. Nice trade there. Johan. Let's fucking do it. Trader Cat 02. What up? I like that. I like the Trader Cat. That's a pretty sweet name. Try streaming both TikTok and YouTube. Yeah, it's a good idea. I should probably get a TikTok going, hey? That would make sense. You're still thinking gold will go down? It could, yeah, it could for sure. It quite often will do those. It'll create those big wicks and then, maybe bounce a little bit, turn a little bit green, and then turn around and head lower. I'll be back in 1 second here. I'm just trying to figure out if I can still get that music going on the other side. Trader Cat's going to do a short scalp on NQ around 25,293. I guess you're kind of looking at these previous wicks up here, up in this zone, I'm assuming. Seems like there's a decent amount of resistance. Yeah, I was thinking anywhere up around the 300s would be I was thinking if we could get a nice closure up above the 250s, we could try to take a long towards the 300s. But yeah, your idea is also valid. I would say if we could find some resistance up there around the 300s and then turn around and head back down. Yeah, exactly, right? Pretty nice area. You can see there's quite a few wicks there that we formed resistance, sort of 78 to 96 area, a little bit less even. Yeah, 78 to 93 area. Now gold's putting in that first green candle there. So you can't trust the gold. Could be a higher low. But yeah, I'll be right back. One more sec, guys. Trying to get that music played here. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen having some trouble getting that to work. I'm not going to bother with it right now. We'll just stick with our in-chart media for now. Let me get caught up on these chats here. So
Artlist.io.
You can pull more people from TikTok and bring them here, hey? Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's kind of tricky on NQ. Could blast past it, but it's going to sell one NQ at 292 and place 2 buy orders at 282. Not a huge TP, but it's something for sure. Is Lucid your number one prop firm? I've only traded take profit trader, but waiting to give another company a try and switch things up. Yeah, I like Lucid. That's my 2 firms that I use are Top One Futures and Lucid. And they're both very similar firms. You know, they have really good customer support, and the good thing about Lucid is that they are sort of like a one-time fee. You know, so if you buy their test accounts and you pass it, you don't have any other fees. You don't have any like monthly recurring fees or anything like that. I think Top One Futures is very similar to that. And yeah, so far I've found that their payouts are really fast, like super fast. It's a little bit slower for me because I'm in Canada, but it's still relatively really fast. And yeah, I mean, I trust them. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased because I do have discount codes for them, Market Butcher Trades or MBT. So they're definitely worthwhile. So I currently have, like, this is what I'm on right here. I have 6 accounts with them. 5 are like evaluation accounts, and then I have 1 like direct account, they call it. It's their like, you know, instant funded account. But I would say between Top One Futures and Lucid, they're very similar. They're both, you know, have similar bonuses to them. The payout structure is a little bit better for how fast you can take your payouts. You have like sort of a softer target to get with Lucid, but you know, Top One Futures has a higher payout cap, so you can, like, if you hit the profit target, you can take out a little bit more. So they're, you know, they're very similar to me. I like them both. And I also use Take Profit Trader. Jasper's on Top Step. Yeah, they're also a good firm. I know Keith is also here in the or actually Keith went to bed, but he's got to be up early in the morning. But he trades Top Step also. So yes, you can use Tradeovate.
Artlist.io.
Oh yeah, you've had some. You know, the other day I was taking a trade on the Tradeovate through Top Step, Take Profit Trader, and yeah, I was like putting an order and it didn't show up, so I put another order, and then next thing you know, I looked and there was like multiple orders there, like they were like delayed or something. But for the most part, I haven't really seen many issues with Tradeovate. And yes, you know, already with Lucid you can pick Tradeovate, and Top One Futures is like Tradeovate will be there anytime. So, but that was only like the one day it happened to me, so I'm not really sure that's, you know, I haven't seen many issues with Tradeovate because they're kind of like the one that's been around the longest. One of the longest anyways. But yeah, so that long that I took, or that short that I took on gold, was in my Take Profit Trader account. I have one pro account right now, and it is it's a little over $1,000 in profit. So got to get it up to 2,100 to get rid of that buffer, and then you can take payouts all the time after that, right? As far as I know, you don't have to pay for Tradeovate. No. At least on Take Profit Trader you don't, so I'm assuming that Lucid, I'm pretty sure Lucid won't either. The only thing is for Lucid, because they got TradeZella after, like at a later date. I had already picked Project X. So basically I was thinking that once I pass these Lucid evaluation accounts, actually you have to wait for your payout. If you do get a payout, then you can switch. Once you send for your payout, you just tell them you want to switch over to TradeZella and they'll like move you over there. So as far as I know, you don't have to pay for it, but yeah, definitely go there and check it out. But I'm like, I would say I'm 95% sure you don't have to pay for it because I don't have any fees coming out for my TPT. But I don't trade Lucid yet with TradeZella. Or sorry, yeah, I said that right. You're on a 150K pro account at 152,300. Hopefully I don't blow account. Yeah, I'm there with you, bro. Don't blow it. Marcelo Rubio, you have 100K Express with TopStack. How much do you think is a good amount to take your first payout? I already have 5 green days. So I'm not that familiar with the payout rules from TopStep. Is that like you can take a payout, like you're already qualified to take a payout? The only advice I would say is definitely leave as much buffer in there as possible, right? Because you know the good old thing where anyone who takes a payout tends to blow the account after, right? So yeah, so yeah, you have to get to 154,500 to get a payout with the pro account. Yeah. After anything after that amount, that's that initial drawdown amount, right? That's like for the 50K, it's 2,100. So if I get up to 2,800, you could take a $700 payout and still be inside that, the total max drawdown once you've captured it.
Music licensing.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because they have a 4,500 drawdown, right? And you're, if you were to pass an evaluation, something usually for 150K account's going to be like 9,000, right? If it's a valuation account. But since you're already in that funded one, you can take payouts from Take Profit Trader anytime you get past the buffer. And obviously I think there's a certain amount of trading days. There's so many prop firms, it's like hard to keep track of all the rules, right? So definitely spend the time and go through it and search and find out. Like, interesting. Hey, I put this little box up here and looks like we're just consolidating inside this little box area. Yeah, you had to hit 9K. The drawdown was super helpful. Yeah, for sure. So you passed the evaluation then, obviously, to get to the 150K account. That's nice. Nice win. Looks like gold's going back up above value area low, guys. So that sell-off did not continue. So that's kind of a higher low looking like, or a sweep. So let's see if we can't, if we end up getting up above 4,100. Gold's going to be looking pretty bullish in my mind. Currently got 66 viewers right now. We got like about 40 people in X. We got 23 in my YouTube. Wow, that's like all-time high, guys. Appreciate you guys all being here. Would also appreciate some more subscriptions and hit that like button if you feel up to it. Support the channel. That's my like shameless plug of the day. Oh, we got up to 95 subscribers today. Sweet. I think I was at 88. So 7 subscribers today. Appreciate you guys, all you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Rejected now off that 250 or 270 level. Let's see if they're going to hold this 250s or not. Like I was saying earlier, this 250 is like such a key psychological level here too. We do have, let's go to the 15 here. We probably have a pretty nice bullish fair value gap here on this 15 minute. Let's mark that up as green. This box is this was just like me drawing. It doesn't really mean anything. I just felt like this is going to be a pretty key area. I'd want to see a nice candle closure above this before I'm really thinking long. But looks like we kind of rejected out of there. So I'm just going to take this guy off. We all kind of know that what's going on with that area. And then now we have this one up here is kind of probably going to see some resistance if we do get up there. So looks like they held the 250s there. So I've only taken, what did I take? I took 2 small losses on gold and that winner, and I took the one small long scalp. I got a 25K evaluation account that I won from like somebody else's stream. So I've been trading on YouTube now for maybe about 4 months, pretty close to 4 months now. So I'm relatively new on YouTube. So my trading journey sort of started back in like sort of 2018, 2019. I started trading like pennies. Well, I started trading Canadian stocks actually first. And then, you know, I was doing decent. And then I went over to the New York Stock Exchange, started trading penny stocks there. Sort of got my ass handed to me a bit. Lost a bunch of money, obviously, as most new traders do. Then I sort of moved into options, and I was having some pretty good success in that area. I was trading mostly like Tesla and Apple options. And then, you know, the whole COVID crash really hit me pretty hard. So I was actually long on Tesla and Apple when that happened. And, you know, I was in options and it pulled back pretty hard on me. And I was like, well, this is normal. It's going to come back, right? Well, as you guys know, it didn't come back anytime soon. So I ended up taking a pretty big hit then. So I sort of like stopped trading capital for a while. Like I was doing some paper trading and just continued my learning journey, and on and off traded, you know, through the 2020 and up until about 2024, on and off a little bit, not having too much success. And then in early 2025, in sort of the end of 2024, I started trading some stocks again. Was doing okay, made a little money, and then I noticed my good friend Randy, who I'm also like, we trade together, and my stream is also on his channel right now. He's been trading futures for almost a year at that point. So he's coming up on 2 years now. And that kind of introduced me into prop firms and to futures trading. And so I started trading my own capital in February on futures, in the futures area, where I was just taking, you know, trading one micro. Kind of ended up losing, I think that account I ended up losing about $600 over January and February, and maybe a little bit of March. And then that's when I was like, really started learning about prop firms and how good they are, especially if you want to learn and not put too much money in, a lot less risk, but a good return on investment. So in April, I started trading with Top One Futures, and about a month later is when I got my first payout. And yeah, and then, you know, I've been trading ever since then. And then about 4 months ago, I decided to go live on YouTube, just for, you know, transparency and for accountability. And since then, I've been having quite a bit more success. I'll give you guys a quick look at my calendar. For this month, this last week wasn't the greatest for me. I was green, you know, 600-700 on these days, and then ended up taking trades later in the day and giving it back. Still up 3,500 on the month. But my last month was quite good, you know, 7K there. Had a really big losing day there. I was copy trading. I hit max daily loss limit in 5 accounts, which put me at this $5,000 losing day. Other than that, it's been a really solid month, though. As you can see, lots of small base hit winners. I don't claim to be the best trader, and you know, I'm trading with pretty small size. Like, I don't really size up that much currently. I'm just trying to do that slow, steady grind while I develop my, you know, confidence and skills. But yeah, so that was a pretty good month, about 7K there. September was also pretty good, up 6,500. Pretty green month. Missed a couple days here and there, and some smaller red days throughout the month. So overall, since I started trading, my my months have been definitely a lot better. And you know, my style of trading is basically New York VWAP or the VWAPs. I use anchored VWAPs. I use value area levels. I like to trade initial balance levels. Yeah, so my strategy, like I said, is you know, I'm a bit of a momentum trader also, because I think all of the penny stock trading that I was doing before kind of like bled into futures trading. So, you know, if I see some momentum, I like to take those trades. But usually I'm trading just VWAP trades or value area levels. So if I show you here on my chart, I'll just put it NQ up here real quick. And I'll just show you. So like I usually put my value levels on. So value area high, the point of control, value area low. As you can see, like these end up being pretty important levels. You know, there's value area high, previous days, value area high, lots of rejections up there, finding supports. So those are the levels I like to trade off of: previous day high, previous day low. Sort of ICT concepts. I like fair value gaps, inverted fair value gaps, those kind of things as indicators on continuations, stuff like that. So I don't have like a super tight strategy. A lot of it is kind of discretionary, but I like to use those levels to see what happens at those levels. And then I use VWAP mostly just to say like, okay, well, we're clearly bullish, right? Or we're clearly bearish, and decide my trades from that point. So looking like we're getting a bit more of a pullback here on the on NQ, guys. Pulling back into this bullish fair value gap right now. Could be an opportunity for a long here down at the 25,240 area. Let me fix my chart back up over here. Kind of in a little bit of a no man's land though. We rejected off value area high, which is 71 level. So interestingly enough, this high right here is the value area high. So let's label that up so you guys can see it on here. I just keep it on my trading view chart on the side, so it's not as obvious for you guys because you're not seeing it. In case I set it up here, 25,146 is where our point of control is.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, and then usually I use a book map for targets, right? And support or resistance areas. That just kind of helps you figure out where you want to take profits and stuff, or you know what general direction the markets want to go. So typically if there's orders, you know, above, like we have right here, the book map is saying, you know, there's orders above, so there's a high likelihood that we're going to end up going higher. Obviously there's no guarantee, as you never is in trading, but typically that's what I'm looking for, you know, where are the orders, where is the draws on liquidity. So, you know, we got all these orders up at 25,280, right? So I wouldn't be surprised to see if we continue getting there, and then using fair value gaps sort of to trade in the direction of the trend. And you know, a good way to find those continuations. I know that's probably a lot, but yeah.
Music licensing reimagined.
A lot to say in there anyways. Let's see here. Let's do some calm breeze music here. Chill it. But yeah, thanks for everybody who is hanging out. Appreciate you guys all being here. It's always much better when you have other people here. I find that my Sundays are typically the busier times because there's less streamers, and obviously people are home chilling out, looking for trades,
Music licensing
or just
reimagined.
looking for something to do. I also trade live Monday to Friday. I'll put that up here on the banner there so you guys can see it. There's my my stream schedule. If I could only have 2 tools, would you count fair value gaps as a tool? If it, I definitely have a VWAP, like anchored VWAP. That would be my favorite, probably. That one, and then the value areas, I would like that also. Those are probably my 2 key areas. So session volume profile would be the other one that I use. That's what I use to set my value areas. I don't know that I don't know that the fair value gaps are necessarily a tool, right? Because it's kind of like once you see the expansion on a candle, that's where the fair value gaps go. So, oh, you wrote a FVG script on TradingView. Nice. I use Nephew Sam, I think it's called, on my TradingView chart. Yeah, Nephew Sam, I think it's called, with the help of ChatGPT. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, Nephew Sam is a fair value gap one that I use for the fair value gaps. But I have that on my side chart there. So I would say I pretty much use the 3 main indicators, right? So I got the anchored VWAP and value areas, and then fair value gaps. I would say those are probably my 3 areas. Value areas just to get your levels, so you can have some good levels to trade to and from. VWAP mainly to tell you, are you bullish, are you bearish? Quite often, they find support at the VWAPs, right? Or resistance, and yeah. So I would say I use the 3 main indicators anyways, would be those. I mean, I do run the 9 EMA and the 21 EMA. Those can also help a little bit with continuation, but yeah, pretty heavy pullback there on the NQ. We do have this this is a 15-minute fair value gap. Let's see, what does it look like on the 5 there. So we do have a small fair value gap on the 5, like right in here, which it looks like could still hold. But this is a 15-minute fair value gap from the other chart, from this other timeline here. So I'd say this is a pretty key. I like to look at the fair value gaps at a little bit of a higher time frame. Obviously, they're going to be a little stronger. So this could wick down below it and then find support. Or we might end up just having this 5-minute play out for us also, right? So this it's really small though, like super small, right there.
Music licensing reimagined.
Actually, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but my good friend Randy there, who I was talking about earlier, that got me into futures, they have a podcast. It's really cool. If you guys are looking for like a down-to-earth, real kind of like podcast to look at, this one's really good. I'll open it up for you guys here. You guys may have seen it already, but it's called Behind the Charts Podcast. Let me just get to their channel here. Bring this guy over.
Music licensing reimagined.
So this is Behind the Charts Podcast. See, let's see if it's covered up. So this guy right here, that's Randy. This is Christine, and that's I'm having a brain fart right now. Thomas. and they run this podcast. So it's just regular traders coming on, having regular conversations with people. And this episode here, 2 episodes ago, number 26, they have this guy on there, and he built a trading bot using ChatGPT. He named it Warren. I think it's kind of after Warren Buffett, maybe. And that trading bot, it made like thousands of dollars over 3 months, and it's taken only something like 20 trades, but he's up like 7,000 or something. So it's pretty crazy, and it's just a VWAP strategy that he built into it. And yeah, it's crazy. You can use ChatGPT to build yourself a bot. But definitely check out Behind the Charts, subscribe to them. They have some really cool episodes with just regular traders, just, the challenge of what we're all going through being relatively new traders. Maybe some of the people in here are long-term traders, but if you're a bit newer, or if you're a long-term trader, that still, can take you back to a flashback to the past, right? You can see sort of the struggles that newer traders go through, right? So definitely check that out. We also have a free Discord if you're interested in that. I'll put it in the chat here for you guys if you want to join. Not a very serious one. We're just relatively small, relatively new, and a positive kind of platform to just hang out and talk about trades and whatnot. So let's put this in the chat for everybody to see. There you go. So we inverted that that small fair value gap there, guys. You can see that 5-minute closure there below it. So this would be an inverted fair value gap, which is a little bit bearish, but since we're still in that 15-minute fair value gap, we'll just delete that one. It's a little too small to be worried about that at the moment. Now, if we can, if we end up creating some more big wicks down on the bottom side here, we could think about, trying to take that long back up to the value area high area if we find some support down there. We would like to see some nice volume coming in on some of these candles with a nice bullish move, high volume, holding this level. That would be pretty good. That would be where I'd be thinking about looking for a long. So these are my Lucid accounts. My top 3 accounts for my test accounts are pretty close to passing. Like this one's only $465 away. My other one is $610 away. Third one is around $800 away. So I'm usually only trading 1 to 2 micros in these guys. So high volume Asian session doesn't match together. Yeah. Well, relative to the Asian session high volume, like I'm just saying, like compared to the volume that we already have. But yeah, I agree. Obviously, when you compare the Asia session volume, it's like 1/5 or 1/6 of the amount of, not even, maybe 1/10 of the amount of volume from the New York session. But I just mean relative to Asia, right? But you're totally right there, Johan. So gold sold off, guys. Formed that big whip, and now we're holding the all-time high view up. So I got an all-time high view up on there. I'll just show you here what it's looking like on my trading view chart. So this kind of like pinky white line is all-time high view up, and look at that, like how many times now we've held that. So obviously this is a pretty key level here. We can see, if we can see some nice closures below it, maybe we're going to head lower. We do have this fair value gap. What time frame are we on here? This is only a 5-minute fair value gap, but let's go to the 1-hour chart here and see what we got. So we got some bullish fair value gaps down there, previous day low on the 1-hour chart. Look at that, hey? Previous day low, came down, found support in this 1-hour fair value gap. So this is a pretty key level though, 4,077. Keep an eye on that one. Get this guy back on the 15 here. I usually typically watch price action on the 5 or the 15 on my trading view chart. Get your levels and stuff from the higher time frame, and then just be patient, right? Anyone who does watch my streams usually find that I don't take that many trades. Trying to be patient, wait for some good setups to appear. I typically like momentum action, trading to and from levels with, for value gaps. I'm just gonna warm up my coffee. I'll be right back. Coffee at night. Oh, I'm gonna sleep good.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Looks like we're finding resistance at that 250 level again there, 25,250. Not ideal, not ideal. So gonna have to see what happens here. Just being patient right now, waiting for some sort of action to happen. There we go, starting to get a bounce here. Got 2 minutes left on this candle.
Artlist.io.
Just a little worried about taking trades in this area. We got all these wicks back here. Again, would like to see a nice closure above it. We're going to continue to get some continued momentum to the upside. If not, this thing might be looking to roll over soon. I haven't had my creatine on the day yet, so I figured let's skip the coffee and go with an electrolyte creatine drink. If you guys don't know, creatine is really good for your brain. So if I usually drink creatine every day to help with brain function, so we can be sharp on our trading. You're in on NQ and S500, but should go to bed. Yeah, Johan, it's getting pretty late for you. Okay, we're starting to take that 250 area.
Music licensing reimagined.
58 seconds on this candle. Let's see how this candle closes here. Yeah, I'll definitely think about starting a TikTok, get a TikTok going here, and then maybe I can stream live over there too. Try to poach some people. Yeah, that was like I was saying there, guys, that 250 level is pretty rough, pretty tough here. Basically came back down 10 points from that 50s. 15 seconds on this candle. What time do we got? 44. Let's take a look at the hourly candle, see what it's looking like. So here's our hourly candle. So a ton of wicks down below this level here, right? 25,170. We might get an indecision candle here. There's only 15 minutes left on this candle, so a lot can happen obviously in that amount of time, but currently looking like we're getting a doji indecision candle. Thank you for all the likes there, guys. Appreciate that. We got 17 likes on the stream right now. Much appreciated.
Music licensing reimagined.
It's pretty good for Market Butcher's channel. Usually it's just me, Johan, Keith, and a couple other people hanging out on Sunday nights. But like I said, I'm here for transparency and accountability. And since I started trading on YouTube, my trading has gotten better. Been locking in a lot more profits, not taking a lot less of those silly trades that you shouldn't be taking, right?
Artlist.io.
All right, we got a new candle here. Pushing up. 52, 53.
Music licensing reimagined.
Not really getting the volume and momentum that I was hoping for on this move higher. Lots of selling coming through on the tape there. Look at all that red. Lots of red, very little green. What's a CVD doing here? So we were green on that push up, now we're slightly red. Nothing really showing up, no clear divergences on the CVD at the moment.
Music licensing reimagined.
Right at that 54, 55 level here. 2 minutes left on this candle here. Kind of want to try long here, but I'm a little reluctant, just because just sort of still in this area of rejection zone. Oh, I like that little move though. So let's watch the tape here and see if we can see a bunch of green coming in or not. Are the sellers going to get absorbed here? Seems like there's quite a bit of sellers, but we're not really selling off much. Buyers up at 57. Oh, sellers slapped it back down to 54 there. Not that convinced just yet to be taken along. Because we have value area high up there, right? And if we look, so this is a 1 hour candle. Let's go back to the 15 here. That value area high sort of up here is kind of a pretty big resistance level, I would say.
Artlist.io.
56, 57 now. Go back to the 5 here. 27 seconds left on this candle. See, not really getting any move higher here. I mean, that doesn't mean that we're not going to go higher still, but it just like would like to see a sort of like a little stronger close than that. This is a pretty sort of an indecision candle on this 5 minute. It's not looking that strong to me at the moment. What time frames do I like the fair value gaps? Kind of depends. Usually I'm looking at 5s for like continuation trades, or if I'm looking for like a support zone, I'll be looking at a higher time frame, like an hour or something, right? So obviously, typically the higher time frame fair value gaps tend to hold better. But if I'm looking for momentum, for the most part, I'm trading off the 5s. So. Wow, that was a pretty nice green on the tape there, guys. We're on this new candle here. Let's see if we can't take this high nicely. Could think about trying to take a long here. This is in my 6 Lucid accounts. So I'll be pretty tight on this if I do take this trade. I'm not looking to... just not liking how we keep getting these rejections up here, right at this level, right? This 55 area. 255, 250 to 255 area. Pretty tough right now.
Artlist.io.
So I'm roughly up about $80 on today's session. $50 in my Take Profit Trader Pro account, and I've been just trading this. You know what? Let's think about taking a trade in this guy. This is an evaluation account, a 25K evaluation account here. Got 3 minutes left on this candle. I do want to take a long here. Just again, I'm just a little reluctant with where we're at with these levels, but we are starting pushing up to the 60s. Let's try a long here. Put our stop sort of at the bottom of this candle. So we're risking about 9.5 points here. Let's see if we can't get a little move higher. If we can get up to these highs, I'm going to probably bring my stop into profit anyways, so we can kind of reduce our downside of it. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of momentum here. Let's go 12 points here on the top side. If we can see if we can get a little pop past the top of these highs here. Don't mind getting out right away with a little quick scalp like that. Let's see if the bulls are in play here or not. Sorry, I'm going to turn my mic off for a sec. My mom's just calling me.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Sorry about that, guys. Turns out my mom doesn't know where her keys are, so she can't get into her house. So she's gonna come get the key from me. She was out watching the football game. I don't know what happened there. Anybody knows what happened with the Grey Cup game there? Well, is that the end of the move here, guys? Uh-oh. We hit that 25,267. Now we're, look at that, we're coming back down now. Shoot, should have been a little more aggressive here on taking those profits. My mom decided to call me right at the Riders won. Woo! That's awesome. Not looking good for me now, guys. Should have been Montreal lost, eh? Yeah. Should have been a little more aggressive on my stop there. I mean, doesn't mean the move's over, but there's a good chance we're gonna get stopped out now. I think with this trade here.
Music licensing reimagined.
That's too bad. Should have been more aggressive there. I even said it to you guys that I should put my stop in at least break even or slightly in profit if once we get up to those highs, right? So you never know. It's not over yet. So you're out too? Oh yeah, of course. Figures, hey. Oh, let's see. We might still get our move here. Let's see if they make this wick. We only have 5 minutes left on this hourly candle though, guys. So that's not very good. Let's see. Hopefully we get a nice bullish close on the end of this hour candle. But sort of looking like they want to make an indecision candle on this 1 hour chart. So I should probably just cut this trade now. Oh, there we go. Nice little bounce there. They took that 60s, 50, 60 level again. See if they can't get a little more momentum here. Like that little buy there. Like that strong bounce into the buyer there. 9 times 2. Basically, I would be break even on the day if in this account, if we end up stopping out here, right? $18 times 2 is 36. So I'd be slightly red if it comes down and stops us out here. But if we start ripping up with some momentum here, I might even consider adding to this trade. But I want to see us first, start pushing higher with some momentum here. I did like the way that we bounced up there pretty hard on that, whatever, there was a buyer there that kicked us up, but lots of buyers sort of at the 60 level right now.
Music licensing reimagined.
You can see it on the tape. When we pulled back there to the 60s, they bought it up pretty quick. Let's hope that they close this candle bullish, this 1 hour candle. But hard to say. Pretty bullish candle so far. Let's see. Come on, buyers. Let's step in here. Running out of time on the close of this candle.
Artlist.io.
Don't really like to be in the position here on the close of the 1 hour candle because they usually like to do some manipulation around this time. Let's see. Hopefully these guys are still here at the 60s. Let's hope these buyers are still here on the 60s. 3 minute. Do you have a tiny fair value gap on the 1 minute here?
Music licensing reimagined.
Not looking very good right now though, guys. They don't want to let it go though. Those buyers are still there. Thinking about just stopping this out, break even here.
Artlist.io.
Minute and 10 seconds here. Minute 15 seconds on this candle. I kind of wish I wasn't on the phone with my mom there. I would have been a little more aggressive on the stop loss, pull the stop into profit there on that candle. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. These buyers keep holding this 60 level, but we need them to pop it up here. We only have 1 minute or so, 46 seconds left on this hourly candle. Let's see though, maybe they're gonna pop us up on this start of this next candle. If they can close it up here pretty nicely, that would be good. We got about 30 seconds left on here. 1 hour. Okay, Johan. Good night.
Artlist.io.
It's pretty late for you. 11 p.m. Come on, buyers. Let's go. 6 seconds here on this candle. Pop it up. Couple more points.
Music licensing reimagined.
Show us some love. Show us some love here, guys. I mean, it was a nice closure on the 1 hour, right? Book map is around $100 a month if you're just doing the CME. 100 US roughly.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, you gotta subscribe to the CME, and then you'll be able to see ES, NQ, and YM. No, maybe not YM. At least ES and NQ. If you're looking to get gold also, then it's another subscription. You gotta go with the COMEX.
Reimagined.
So as far as I know, I'm paying about $100 a month, and I just have the CME data. Uh-oh. Are the buyers still here on the 60s? Oh geez. Should have closed it up there again, guys. Might end up getting stopped out here now.
Artlist.io.
Let's put some happy music on and let's see if it helps.
Artlist.io.
Come on, guys, let's bounce it. Bounce it. Hold that 60s. Some buyers still at the 60s, but are they going to hold it? I don't know.
Music licensing reimagined.
Do I think it's worth it? It's definitely worth it because you can see typically where the draws on liquidity are. It's not something that you're going to instantly, like, it takes a little bit of time to get used to it, right? So watching it, so, you know, I wouldn't put too much emphasis on your trading with regards to Bookmap right away, just because you kind of have to like learn it a bit as to how you know, you just got to watch it for a while. So I would say, you know, you can use it for targets on your levels, right? So for example, on the NQ right now, we have orders up at, you know, what is this, 67, we have some at 75, and we have some at 80. So I have my orders here front running the 75s on the book. And because we have orders up there and it's pretty dark below, that's typically kind of telling me that the draw is pretty likely to take us higher. That's the way I'd be looking at it. So usually when it's dark, it's not really going to go that direction, right? Typically it wants to go to where the orders are, the markets are efficient, and they like to, you know, take orders, and they like to rebalance areas where there's not a whole lot of orders being traded. That's why fair value gaps typically work also, right? That's that whole market efficiency thing.
Artlist.io.
But yeah, so if I take a look at the book right now, right, we see orders here 25, we got 15 up at 75, and we got some up at 80. So there's a good chance we're going to head to 80 just by looking at the book, but nothing's really guaranteed. I would definitely, like I said, or just, you can also get free live streams, like for example mine or anyone else's, and you can see what's going on the book without having to pay for it, and just watch it, just see how people are using it to trade. But yeah, I would say it's definitely worthwhile to have it. Really gives you those targets that you can shoot for your TPs and whatnot, and typically helps you, you know, decide which direction the trend is going to be taking you just by where the orders are. So I feel like we're gonna pop here pretty soon, guys. If we're gonna pop, if not, we're gonna head lower here. If we get up above this 67 level here again, I'll be definitely a little more aggressive on the stop, because I do kind of want to wrap up the stream pretty soon. I got to get to bed also in the next little bit. Got to be up for 5:30 for tomorrow's live session in the morning. While I like to be here and hang out, I usually don't try to put too much risk on the table for trading in the overnight session. So there we go, starting a new candle here, new 5-minute candle. Let's see if we can't pop it up here. That was a nice little dragonfly doji.
Artlist.io.
I don't know if my mom was just knocking on my door.
Artlist.io.
Should be here already. I'll be back 1 sec. No, that wasn't her.
Reimagined.
That's some sort of bang from upstairs, I guess. So are we gonna get a move here, guys, or what? Come on now. Let's go. Pick out that TP up there. Let's finish the stream on a high note here. There we go. Starting to get this move up here, guys. I'm gonna put my stop at this the bottom of this candle here. We almost took it there. Are we gonna get it here? Come on, let's go. There we go. Come on, stops up there. Not gonna be a dick for a tick. There we go. Nice little trade there. Patience paid off. Front running those orders at 75. Don't be a dick for a tick, right? Anytime I get it right near your TP and it's hesitating right at that level, don't give it a chance to pull it back on you, right? If you lose a couple ticks, like look at it now. If you lose a couple ticks just because, like, that's that saying, don't be a dick for a tick, right? So I always end up doing that. Anytime I get close to my TP, I try to drop my stop up there. We ended up taking the stop as the trade, but I had my TP at 40 or 74.25 or something, and we closed it at 72.50. So yeah, I mean, I did leave a little on the table, but we didn't even get to the 74.50. I wouldn't even have hit the profit, right? And like I was saying about the book there, that was the draw on liquidity was above, right? Shooting for the 75s. Looks like we'll probably end up going to 80 at some point, but we might get a pullback before then, and just don't really want to do that. So I think my mom's here. Just I don't know if she's at the door or not. I'll be back 1 sec.
Artlist.io.
Yeah, she's at the door.
Music licensing.
So it looks like we could have been patient and got that. Looks like we might be able to get that right here pretty quick.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
So did we end up getting there? No, we didn't create that new high there, hey? The high was 73.75 on that candle. So yeah,
Music licensing.
nice locked in 71 on this 25K valuation account. Sorry, my mom's just here.
Okay, good. Yeah.
They won, eh?
Yes. It was so good.
What was the score in the end?
25-17. Nice. It came close, like they almost
Yeah, that's the
scored. Yeah, they almost did.
Artlist.io.
Remember that we had tickets? So I had halftime. We called the tickets. They were on There's a couple over here on that. This is girls who shares
Music licensing reimagined.
and she wanted to buy them. She come over, she gave me just something like it. I didn't have to buy it. And she gave it to me. So yeah.
So the lady who had that beside us,
Artlist.io.
great for that.
Yeah, take a picture of it.
Recap on it. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. She gave me the money. I was like in tears. I was like, are you kidding me? No, I want you to have it. I know you wanted it so bad. Isn't that amazing?
Music licensing reimagined.
Sorry about that, everybody. So there's a raffle at the pub. So I was at the pub earlier with my mom to watch the football game, and then I left early, obviously, to come do the stream. And she stayed for the end of the game. And there are some raffle tickets. So these people won the sweater that my mom was interested in. And the girl that was sitting next to my mom along the bar stool there, just watching the game, I guess she went to those people who won the sweater and she offered to buy the sweater from them. And then she was going to give it to my mom. So then those people ended up being like, oh, don't worry about it. Just take it for free. And then the lady gave the sweater to my mom. So my mom got like won a free Rough Riders sweater tonight without even winning the raffle. So I turned $30 and pull tabs into $88, and my mom got a free sweater. So it was a good day at the local pub house at on 14th Avenue. Interesting, eh? Hey, we got 29 viewers in the YouTube on my channel right now. So I'm in Mission, BC, so near Vancouver in Canada. Real Robot. Oh, I like that name. Pretty sweet. Where are you from? I'm a Canadian, eh? Most of the viewers are probably from the States. All the people that I trade with typically are from the States. Oh, you're in Saskatchewan. Nice. Woo. Congratulations. Me and my mom were rooting for Saskatchewan Roughriders. Most of my family is out there. My mom was born in Saskatchewan, and she's got 8 brothers and sisters. They're all born in Saskatchewan near Regina in a little town called Windthorst. And yeah, I was born in Winnipeg. My sister was born in Winnipeg. My mom and my dad moved out to Winnipeg. They were working for 7-Eleven many years ago. So that's where they had me and my sister. And then we moved to Alberta, and then we moved to Regina, and then now I'm living in BC since I was about 9 years old. So congratulations to us. Pretty awesome game too. I wish I could have finished the game, but you know, I like to trade, so got to be here hanging out with you guys. Whoa, we're up to 101 subscribers. Wow, what a jump today, guys. Thanks so much for everyone who did subscribe, and anyone. We got 21 likes on the stream too. That's amazing. Really appreciate that, guys. It's been a slow grind on this YouTube channel. It started about 4 months ago, and you know, I remember when I got to like 10 subscribers, I was like, wow, getting there.
Music licensing reimagined.
But yeah, so thanks a lot for everybody who did subscribe and hit that like button. I appreciate it. Just helps get the algorithm. That's why, you know, for example, we have a few more viewers today than we typically normally do. I think this is the first time I've ever had, you know, like 28 to 30 people watching the stream at once. So thanks a lot for that. I'm glad I could at least find a decent trade here with you guys. Small size, but it's a winner regardless. I do trade pretty small, just trying to build those buffers, get those accounts passed into funded accounts. So today, what I made 71 here, and I made 59 on my Take Profit Trader account. Took a short on that sell-off on the gold earlier, sort of at 10 p.m. East Coast time, that big sell-off candle. Yeah, so, you know, I'll probably stick around for another 15 minutes or so here, and then we'll wrap up the stream. I do gotta get to bed for tomorrow's New York Open. I do stream Monday to Friday in the mornings also. Don't really expect many people to show up for that because there's so many more well-known traders out there than me. So those sessions are usually pretty quiet. I trade with the good trader. His name's Nick. He copy trades a crazy amount of accounts all the time. Like I'm talking, I think he has like 70 to 100 accounts at once. So he uses Trader's Post, which is a copy trading account. There we go. We're getting a little more breakout here, guys. We're heading up to those orders at 80. Looks like we got some more up at the 300 level now. So, you know, looking like we're going to continue this move here higher. Usually I just order these. If I put this on here, I'll just put orders. So I'll be curious just to see if the book map ends up playing out. Almost got those orders at 80. Well, the high of this candle was 78. A couple ticks away. That's why, like, if you're ever targeting, you know, levels on book map, definitely put your take profits like slightly front running them, right? And like the way I managed it, don't be a dick for a tick, right? So if you're getting close to those TPs, say you had your profit target at 79, you know, drag up that stop, get it in there, lock in that close to TP, right? You might give a few points back, but you never know. This could be the turn point, right? This could be the turnaround area. You never really know with these markets, so don't be a dick for a tick. Lock in those profits.
Artlist.io.
ES has been doing a similar sort of slow grind. I think I typically like to trade NQ in the overnight session just because we do get a little bit more fluctuations, a little bit more moves, right? ES is just such a slow grinder. So you can find a little bit more ability to scalp with NQ, I find. But then I usually try to stay away from NQ during New York hours because you really have to have huge stops in NQ. And I'm not willing, or I don't enjoy risking, you know, 30 to 50 points on an NQ trade. Whereas, you know, I'll trade ES, or I also like YM often for the New York sessions. Just YM likes to trend, you know. Typically, if it starts to look bullish, it looks pretty bullish. It'll continue going. I like to find reversals on the YM also. It's pretty obvious when it reverses. Not always, but quite often it'll just start rolling over or, you know, curling back up again. And that's kind of the reversal times. So back down to those 68 levels. The one thing that was telling me that these longs were gonna work was all the support we were getting around that 25 to 60 area, right? As we kept pulling back into that area, buyers were kept buying, kept stepping up, and you know, big bounces, like big choppy bounces. So the buyers were definitely there. That's just a little bit of order flow action that you can pick up on over time, where you see this stuff happening. Again, this move might not be over. Sometimes people will put a sell order, like front running some of those orders up there, because quite often we'll get close to it and then pull back down, right? Which is kind of what happened there. But look at that. Looks like we're heading back up there now. I probably won't be taking any more trades tonight, guys, just so you just full transparency. I'm happy to lock in, you know, 70 and 60 basically. So 150 on the day. You know what? While we're here and sitting around, I'm just going to export these trades real quick to my TradeZella. It's my trade tracking platform. So this guy is actually, I don't even upload this guy. Never mind. This is one of my evaluation accounts. So I'm going to upload the Take Profit Trader account though. Let's see here, reports, orders, today's download CSV, and TPT Pro. So I'll only end up being logging this $59 winner for the day. Says $61. It doesn't always count. There we go. We took those orders at 80. Did we take those orders at 80? We're at 79.75, so we didn't quite take them, but it looks like they almost pulled them there, right? Looks like they pulled those orders at last minute. Oh, look at that bounce, guys. Look at that. They moved those orders up to 85 or 90. Nice little rip there. No resistance at the 80 level anymore. They pulled those orders. They moved them up higher. Now we're at that 95 level or 85 level. Nice bounce there. This is like probably the biggest bullish move we've had, you know, since way back here at 1845. So that's 9:45 East Coast. How's this hourly candle looking now, guys? Look at that. I was worried about the hourly candle, but obviously no reason to be worried about this hourly candle. Definitely be careful up here though. We have this wick here from earlier, 25.9, 25.293. So 300 is going to be a pretty key level. But yeah, my calendar on the month, this month is looking okay. It would have been looking a lot better because these 3 days I ended up giving back quite a bit of my profits, unfortunately. I ended up sizing down and keeping the trades smaller later on in the week, but still ended up the week with a green week. So it's all about those slow, steady wins, guys. Trying to keep those losses smaller. So what's up, everybody in X? We got 45 people in X. We got 25 people in YouTube and 1 in Twitch. Again, everybody, thanks so much for hanging out. Appreciate anyone who did subscribe and whoever hit that like button. Much appreciated. It's pretty awesome to have, you know, the support that you guys give. Thanks for being here. And hopefully you get some sort of little value from me, right? In some sense. If not, just somebody to hang out with and trade with, right? So this is a 1 hour chart. Let's go back to the 5. Keep an eye on this guy here.
Artlist.io.
So what was the high there? 85. We got up to the 85s. Didn't feel anything on the 85s. Looks like they moved them up to 87 and 90 there. 88 and 90. Looks like we got most of those orders are up at 90. Got a little bit thicker there. So one thing to keep in mind, guys, is see these little white lines on the book here? If there's a little white line in there, whatever is from that white line to the left is one buyer or one seller, depending on where it is, right? So keep that in mind. So typically that's going to be like algos or, you know, institution, obviously not right now, institution, or just like a big buyer or a big seller. But those can be pulled off the book pretty easily. So the good thing is at the 90 level, oops, let's do that. At the 90 level, it looks like it's real orders. So we got 27 real orders at 25,290. And this is NQ, right? This isn't the minis. These are, or this is minis, not micros. So I usually watch micros, even though I watch the minis, even though I'm trading the micros, just to see where the big players are playing, right? Again, looking for those draws on liquidity, whatnot. So kind of printing a little bit of consolidation in this level here. That would be sell orders, I would say, up above, right? If it's up above it, it's probably sell orders. Yeah, I would say that would definitely be sell orders or stops, right? If somebody's short, then it could be a stop. So it could be both, actually, right? Because that is kind of, you know, anyone who's like, if they're shorting up there and they see it coming down, they might put their stops up there. So it could be either, I guess. Regardless, it's not so important what type of order it is. It's just the fact that there's orders there, right? And typically where there's orders, that's going to be sort of the draw on liquidity. The market wants to go fill those orders, whether they're buys or sells. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, it could be both, right? Could be both. So let's see here. We did pull up there at this high. We had a high of sort of CVD. Okay, it's still looking normal. I'm just trying to look for any divergences on the CVD here. So like, you know, sometimes if we're, you know, you get this high on the book, right? You can look and say, okay, well, it was 215 CVD there. And then, you know, if we pulled back and then we're here and have a higher CVD, then, you know, buyers are stepping in more so, and vice versa. Like if we end up getting to the same level, but our CVD is much lower, then maybe sellers are absorbing the orders. So just looking for those divergences help you figure out which way it's going to go. But again, these are things you got to watch over time and just kind of pick up on.
Music licensing.
Let's see here. Are we getting any divergences on the book? Like I usually look for divergence between ES and NQ. Like currently nothing really showing just yet. We still have a lower high than say our high on Friday. But for example, if ES ends up not breaking the high and then NQ does break the high and then just kind of like makes a big wick and comes back down, that could be a clear sign of a reversal, right? So that's kind of something that I'm looking for also on the side, is a divergence between the two correlated assets. But yeah, so we're coming up here on well, I guess it's 11:30 East Coast, but it's only 8:30 for me where I am.
Music licensing reimagined.
But definitely, if you guys are looking for a good prop firm, like I was saying earlier, Top 1 Futures is really good. You can use my discount code MBT if you want to pick up an account. Obviously, it's going to give you the same discount as if you used anybody else's, but I would appreciate it just because, you know, you send a few bucks my way. It just helps me, stay live on the stream and everything. I am putting out this content for free, so I'm not really looking for anything, but it would be a nice little bonus, to get some sort of like a tip, I guess, from you guys. And then let me just bring over the Lucid accounts here, Lucid Trading. So that's this guy right here. Here's Lucid. Just give you an idea of their accounts. So depending on which one you get, they just recently added these 25K accounts, but usually they only had 50K accounts. They're a one-time fee. So this is a discount that you would get using my discount code, or if you use the little QR code on the top of the screen there, if you scan that, it would automatically give me credit for your purchase, even if you use their discount code, which is fall right now. So it's a one-time fee. I trade the 50K. I would recommend the 50Ks, which you have a $3,000 top profit target, a max loss of $2,000. Drawdown type is end of day. So anyone who knows those intraday trailing drawdowns really suck. So this is kind of like the best drawdown type that you'd be looking for. They do have a daily loss limit of 1,200, which I think is also a good thing, because it just means you're not going to blow your account on the first day if you decide to go crazy. And then you got 4 minis or 40 micros as your max position on these accounts. Activation fee, there's none. And real-time trader dashboard. So basically, you can look at your accounts. That's sort of like, what is it right here? I think this one. Yeah. So this shows you guys my test accounts here. So these aren't actually accurate for some reason. Yeah. See, it says profit target is 1,041, but I actually have 2,500. What happened was I had the wrong email address in there. Like my computer auto corrected it, and then AJ actually, I went to talk to support, and AJ, who's the CEO, actually helped me out. He migrated all my accounts to the real email address, but because they migrated it over, this isn't showing a proper number. It's nothing I need to worry about, because this is actually my account balance. So I'm a little like I said, $465 away from passing this one, for example. But you can go in here, you can see your details and stuff, and it's a live. It shows you that stuff live, right? So definitely check those guys out. Those are my 2 favorite prop firms right now. And what are the minimum trading days on the evaluation? Oh, you can pass them on same day, 1 day trading. So yes, after you get, so they always state end of day drawdown. So if you look at the Lucid Direct here, see end of day. This is if you were to pay it, to go directly to their sort of like sim funded account. It's end of day drawdown too. Same kind of thing. $2,000 max loss, end of day drawdown, 1,200 daily loss limit, but the loss limit scales. So it's actually 60% of your peak end of day drawdown. So the higher you get the account, they give you a little bit more room if you wanted to size up a bit to get your profits, right? They kind of give you a little bit more daily drawdown. They do have a 20% consistency rule. So the best way is, for example, if you're trying to hit the $3,000 profit target idea, 20% consistency rule would be 5 times $600, and then you get there. So yeah, because take profit trader, that's what I usually tell people. If you're trading take profit trader, you gotta sort of be a little bit more of an advanced trader, because when you get the pro account, it's intraday trailing drawdown, right? So the way I trade my take profit trader account is I'm very aggressive on taking my profits until you get past that 2,100 buffer for the 50K account, right? Then you can start being a little more relaxed about, putting your stop to break even if you're up 500, right? If you're up 500, you should be taking your profits until you've got past that $2,100 buffer idea, right? So yeah, it's a little bit easier. They do have minimum days to pay out though, right? So Yeah, so consistency rule is 20%, right? So how the consistency work is you have to take your largest winning day
Artlist.io.
and multiply that by 5, and then that would be your profit target, right? So if you want your profit target to stay at 3,000 for these accounts, then you don't want to get more than $600 in your account, because 600 times 5 is 3,000, right? So yeah,
Music
so
licensing
basically
reimagined.
if you were to hit $600 a day for 5 days, you'll get to your $3,000. They do have a minimum days to pay out is 8 days, but you can just turn on the last 3 days. You can just like buy a micro and sell a micro, just to like get a trade that day. And then once you get to the 8 days, you can take your payout kind of idea. But yeah, so the consistency rule is 20%. So whatever your largest winning day times 5 is what your profit target's going to be. Well, yeah, they just don't want you to win $3,000 in one day, right? And then just like do a quick like
Music licensing reimagined.
trade flip for the rest of the days, and then try to take a payout for $3,000, because then that just promotes sim farming, right? Which they don't want. They want people to actually trade it like for real, right? So now if you had a $3,000 winner, then your profit target's going to be 15,000, right? Because you got to multiply your largest win times 5. So keep that in mind, right? So when I'm trading these like on Project X, that's one good thing about Project X, right? Is you can go into your settings, which you do it on Trade8 also, but in here, just for easy to show you. So this isn't the best example, because this is I have a $1,500 profit target to pass it, and you can pass this evaluation in one day. So I set it to 1,500 and 25, so it'll automatically liquidate and like sell the position and block me from taking any more trades, so that I don't, as soon as it gets into your profit target, boom, sells it for you, locks you out, and then you're not going to like let the trade come back on you and forget to sell it, and then you have to trade again to like to hit the profit target. So but I would set this at 600 for a 50k account, and then whatever you want to put on your daily loss limit, right? So for example, this is a 25k account. There's $1,000 drawdown on this account, so I wanted to have at least 4 trades on it, so I just put it to 225 for my daily loss limit. And then then it's gonna like, I have if I took max loss 4 days in a row, 5 days in a row, I would lose the account kind of idea, but at least spreads it out. So that's kind of the good thing. And then you set liquidate and block right in there, and then if you hit your daily loss, it's going to lock you out. If you hit your profit target, it's going to lock you out. So yeah, what did we hit there? Did we get we didn't quite get those orders at 85 yet. And look at the book there. What did we pulled back up to 81 something? Hey, no problem. You're welcome. But that being said, guys, here I'm sticking around a little longer than I wanted to, but I'm glad I could be some sort of help anyways. So I just wanted to say thank you for everybody who subscribed and hit that like button. I appreciate you guys so much. Everybody who's on X, even though we don't really get much interaction through X, most people don't type into chat, but we see you guys there. So thank you for being there. We're just going to wrap up the stream here now. So gotta get some rest so we can be nice and ready for tomorrow's open. So yeah, thanks a lot for hanging out, Trader Cat, Aldo, and we had Johan earlier. We got Captain Lugnuts, Real Robot. Who else do we got here? We had Keith earlier. We had Jasper in here.
Music licensing.
Who was saying hi from? Was it Real Robot that was in Saskatchewan? Yeah. You're from Saskatchewan. Nice, nice. Cool. Sweet. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We're gonna wrap it up here, and we'll be live again Monday to Friday, 6:15 a.m. East or West Coast, 9:15 a.m. East Coast for New York Open, and then we'll be back. We'll be back again. Usually, I start my stream on Sundays at 6 p.m. East Coast. Today, I started it a little bit later because we had the Rough Riders game. I wanted to go hang out with my mom for a bit while the Rough Riders game was on. So there we go. It's a wrap. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a good day. Stay green, and we'll see you sometime soon. Peace out.
Music.